same here. All right, so right off the bat, we're going to jump in. We have Team Andrew is Toxic. They're going to be running Decimus Cutter here. This is pretty staple. Seeing this, they've seen this all over 2v2s right now, and we're seeing a mirror right off the bat, guys. First game.
Pat, would you agree that this is the meta? I don't think this is the
meta.
But...
I would say this might be the meta. I think we're going to jump right in, starting off with Udpoo. Right away, I'm going to sack my base. This is our workaround for the spectator guys. If you didn't know that, have to sack our base that we're able to see everything going on the map. So we got C-Mitch immediately going for Marine play off the start, and I bet you we're just going to see a little bit of, Chopper coming out of Udpoo right now. So this is pretty basic stuff. You're going to see some Marine chops to start this game.
Pat, on this side, we've got some early expos going on right now. Units spread all across the map, picking up as many resources as they possibly can. ESL Knife is not opting to build anything. He built, I think, 2 or 3 more grunts that slowed him down a little bit there. Probably to pick up some extra supplies, so it shouldn't be too much of a deal. And Legit has actually picked up a second mini base, so we're going to probably see a spam of Marines, I would assume. Triple pump Marines.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I think that's exactly what we're going to see. We're going to see a mirror matchup and probably a mirror strategy play. We're going to see a lot of... Probably there's going to be one engagement that kind of defines everything here, guys. They're going to get in touch with each other right in the middle of the map, I'd assume. Lots of grenades will go down, and then we'll see what happens after that. We got a second chopper coming out here for Udpoo right away, starting off at the basically at the 108 minute mark, so not too bad. And if I take a quick glance here at C-Mitch, I see more Marines, and just now going Generator 4th. No mini bases for Mitch, but Udpoo did just grab his first mini base. So we're going to see a lot of choppers.
And Knife's opting for that Apex. It looks like he's probably going to go... He's just spamming grunts at the moment. He's got 6 grunts on the map. He's got a raid camp actually, or I'm sorry, an Apex coming out right now. Still pumping out grunts. I was looking to see that chopper play, but it just looks like grunts and maybe engineers mixed in with that at the moment.
Yeah, that'd be something very interesting, because that actually, like I said, the whole mirror matchup idea is definitely not going to happen if that's the case. And it's almost like C-Mitch is ready for it. He actually throws down Barracks 5th on his main, and he did grab a mini base finally. So he's going to start trying to get some kind of counter for those infantry units. Of course, snipers and Marine grenades will be effective against grunts as long as they're kited properly in the micros there. Doing a great job of just getting that initial map control, taking in the nodes over on the map as they can. But of course, there is going to be some serious power node trade-off here as well. Constant back and forth for sure with all the infantry units coming out. I just want to take a look here. Looks like a little engagement going down. Just a couple grunts here out of both sides from the ESL side, and of course also from Udpoo just trying to...
And they're actually all converging on that Pat right now.
Oh, really?
We're both pushing onto that one side. It could be a pinch, because I think Mitch's units are in the center, towards the center.
They actually are. Mitch has most of his Marines. They're kind of dancing around. Looks like we got a little bit of, say, far right. They're trying to get at least some power node control, so they want to get their own. They are seeing this massive infantry pump. Now, of course, Nick, with the massive infantry pump, a lot of choppers will help. But, oh, Udpoo there with the micro. Going to have to dodge the vortex. That's a great job, micro, away from that vortex.
Dodge.
That is going to miss. You're going to get 2 Marines. Oh, my God. That is a huge play there. That is an absolute choke out of the ESL side.
Now, if there's a time to push, it'd probably be right about now then.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with the waste of a vortex.
Yeah, for sure. If anything, they also can they can also maintain their map control, get the flamers out like they already have. Mitch has a lot of flamers coming out. Probably don't even need to go snipers just because you want that close quarters combat, but of course at the same time you need to get they're doing that right now. They're getting both of their armies together near Mitch's base, just kind of ready for this push, and they see it. Yeah, they're seeing it right now. A couple engineers too will help.
They're going grunts and Marines right now with that as engineers instead of choppers, which is an interesting play, especially considering how weak grunts are.
And I don't like that they're actually able to pick off some of these Marines here. Of course, there you go. Udpoo doing a great job. Shrapnel rounds is exactly what you want right now. Oh, but the Great Vortex will do a good amount of damage there. Oh, but the heal, they were waiting for it, man. Siphon on the units as well. Udpoo, don't challenge that. Oh, I don't recommend ramming. A couple nades could kill everything. No, so many choppers will die. Oh, my God. You lost 2 choppers there. Everything's about half. Oh, but of course at the same time, Mitch is coming at the backside. I really can't tell who's winning here. The siphon on the units makes this thing look like it's an actual blitz match. Doing a great job here containing. It's still a little 50-50, Nick. I'm not sure. Such incredible plays. Everyone is waiting for that too. Micro there.
Well, the fact that they're on C-Mitch and Udpoo's side, they're not going to be able to win this, right? Their units are pumping out right next to their... Or the engagement's happening right next to their base. Units are going to keep pumping out, and then they're probably just going to lose this battle here, ESL is.
Yeah, look at that. There's
especially with
too
the
many
flamers mixed in. That's a great play.
Yeah, of course. I want to take a quick glance here.
Start.
Yeah, for sure. I see 2 barracks is at least for Mitch, so he is double pumping those flamers at the moment. And of course, that is going to save them on their side and give them a good position to at least hang on in this game. I want to mention something real quick as well, Nick. With these infantry starts, they aren't really that cost. You don't have to invest a lot to really do that. You're really not set back too much. But if you lose everything, if you lose everything, you're definitely going to put yourself in a tough spot, especially against these guys. C-Mitch and Udpu are going to just mass as many units as possible and kind of maintain the foothold that they have just achieved. If I were them right now, Udpu has already taken an expo. They're just going to kind of push up here and just constantly pressure the armies. Make sure that they're not in a
ESL might be in a
spot.
bit of a hole right now, Pat, because Knife has not upgraded his base. He's still opting for the grunt play, which I don't like the grunt play from the very beginning. And then you've got Legit, who is still pumping out Marines. They're not going for the upgrades on their bases yet. They could be in a bit of trouble, especially if, like you said, they get those secondary bases and they start to choke them out here in the resource game.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. I've actually never ran into the Grunt Marine play that ESL does on ladder, so it's very interesting to see what they're going to do after this fails.
And
so
we're about to see engagement right here.
Oh no, I don't like that at all, because of course we actually do have Mitch and Udpu's armies are completely split apart. That could be really bad if they could get a good surround, say ESL's side onto C-Mitch and Udpu.
Right now, Mitch does have a bunch of flamethrowers. He'd probably be able to hold himself on this.
You know what, that is potentially true, honestly. Of course, trying to keep as many units alive here. Yep, there comes the choppers at the perfect time. Grenades and a vortex going down. Look at the split of units there. C-Mitch doing an incredible job at just making sure not to lose a single unit, at least not every single unit he's got, I should say. Does lose a lot of infantry units there, but the nades coming in. C-Mitch with the great split, immediately ready for that engagement. The chopper play is going to surround that. Of course, notice how Udpu is not going to ram immediately. He needs to just get that contained shrapnel round to do a great number on that. ODSTs now come in for C-Mitch, and this is going to be a win for the C-Mitch and Udpu Andrew's Tactics side. Look at this absolutely crazy engagement. Doing a great job right there. Here. Yeah, it's pretty much ridiculous at this point. So many units now. All C-Mitch has to do is just maintain his eco. If I'm just going to take a quick look here at the production tab, I'm going to see both C-Mitch and Udpu are just kind of in an okay spot. Udpu sitting on a throne of power, probably looking to upgrade into Tech 2. And I honestly think that that this might have given them a little bit of the win, actually, with this with that big engagement in the middle.
Yeah,
Vortex coming down too. Oh, the beam actually. Sorry, surprise there, threw me off.
It's a beam, but the beam doesn't do too much damage, and he's going to get a few Marines that were weak. And
yeah, actually, this probably is not game. Actually, I'm sorry, I spoke a little too fast. For sure, just
we looking
a
at
lot
all
of these units
right
are weak. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of one-shot units. I'm looking at all of ESL's units. He doesn't have enough
engineers up there to hold that base.
Yeah, that's definitely true. ODST drop there should be able to actually save the base for certain. Udpu just trying to get some damage in, getting some rams in on the ODSTs. That's a great job. Making sure to micro them just a little bit better. There you go. And we are still in this game. Of course, actually, at the same time, during this engagement, C-Mitch has taken a second base. Nick, how many bases do the ESL squad have?
Actually, right in front of Legit's base, which is the yellow player, he picked up that secondary base. Knife has not opted for that secondary base. Right now he's pumping Rangers, and he'll probably do Rangers and Hunters at that point.
Yeah, that's probably a solid play, because I see on Udpu's main base, he has nothing but Harvesters and Extractors. So the eco is definitely going to be booming for him, but he's got triple raid camp. We saw this in the 1v1 tournament. Triple raid camp on his expansion. Going to be getting a lot of units. Just got to upgrade it as well, so that's definitely going to help him out in his production. Because this is the awkward time, Nick, where both big engagements in the beginning definitely, both of them failed. Say ESL pushed, couldn't do it. C-Mitch and Udpu, immediate push after, couldn't do it. Lost basically everything. So both sides are at an extreme level disadvantage, where they're just kind of sitting there like, oh shit, well what do I do? So we're going to see a lot of guessing games going down. Of course, Udpu has the opportunity to scout with these choppers, see what's going on. So we're just going to see what they do next. Looks like Udpu actually opting for not only triple raid camp. Oh my god, look at all the Rangers coming out of here, guys. This is absolutely ridiculous. Of course, we do have some Engineers also coming out. We have, oh my god, we're actually seeing basically, it looks like 12 to 13 Rangers coming out of Udpu's base with Hunters as well, kind of mixing in.
That's going to be much needed. So it looks like they're doing a very similar play. Knife is doing that as well. He's going Rangers and Hunters. Now, the only issue is that the Knife has not picked up that secondary base yet. Oh, I'm sorry, I just spoke too soon. He just picked it up. It's about 30 seconds out, though. So if Udpu and Mitch can pick up that secondary base or pick it off, they should be in a fantastic position to put this away.
Yeah, and we're actually seeing
and that army of Rangers is just going to rinse.
Yeah, oh, the Vortex are going to catch a lot of them off guard. Udpu just keeping the movement queue ready to go. Udpu will kill all
And then
of
look
these
at him drops in
hunters
the
and
flamers,
cyclops here.
the ODSTs as well.
Oh, but the counter vortex will catch at least 6 of these rangers off
Yeah, but they don't
guard
have any
here.
units over there to attack him.
Oh, but
We
of
got some
course none of
Wolverines
them
coming
die
in too
there
as well.
Oh man, such a great play there from Udpu for certain. Of course, they are going to be able just to follow. Looks like C-Midge and Udpu are going to try to just kind of parade into the enemy base. The only problem is a lot of these rangers won't be able to do anything against turrets. C-Midge throwing in some Wolverines in the mix. Nick, have we seen any?
Now there is only one turret on that
side?
base, so if they push it quick enough, they'll be able to handle that. Air, no, we're not seeing any air, which is surprising. You think you want to go Banshees or something, considering they're the best unit on the Banished side, but we're not seeing any of that at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. We're actually seeing ESL did take your old expansion, Nick, so he's going to be in a good spot to say that's a great place to defend it anyway.
Yeah, but they're going to converge on that one. That base is going to drop surely.
Yeah, for certain, and we're seeing a lot of
right there.
Yeah, got to drop it right now. At least just save the eco.
Across the base. That is going to be game number 1, Pat.
Oh, jeez, they selfed all the bases.
Andrew is toxic. Andrew is
toxic. There you go. Exactly. I think that immediate follow-up pressure right after that big engagement, Nick, definitely helped them out. Even though they did lose their entire army, they did at least do a number on their remaining forces. And just like we said, say after they commit to that early infantry play, there's really not much they can do afterwards. It's very hard to swap after that.
Play in the beginning. I don't
know, man.
Particularly care for it. I feel like you have to catch someone off guard with that play.
I
don't think you're going to be able to pull that off against the defending champs.
Yeah, I most certainly agree with you there. And these guys especially say the only problem with the infantry units, like, you have to get lucky and swarm the choppers. Choppers in the hands of Udpu, that's not happening. That's not happening. You're talking about the most conservative player in terms of army size and micro, at least in the game, I want to say at the moment. So, of course, you're trying to pull a fast one on Udpu. That's probably not going to happen. So, of course, we're actually seeing some Vulture play also coming out of Midge. Man, I wish we would have seen that Vulture early on, man. That would have been really awesome. But it does look like ESL has sacked everything right, so they are officially done with this. Game number 1 in the bag for Andrew is toxic.
We've lost this one, but there will be plenty of other chances.
Now we're going to take a quick look here at the post-game stats. Of course, it looks like, oh, look at that. Yep, of course, more bases for C-Mitch and Udpu. That might play a good role in the reason why they did win. And of course, if we also take a look here, look at the eco for Udpu, just absolutely dominating the game. Over 3,000 supplies and almost double the power for each player on the enemy side. And of course, C-Mitch, of course, hitting 9k power. That man is bonkers, tripling each player's power. We're also looking at leader powers for ESL Knife, of course, with the Vortex choke there in the first round. Great micro from both players on Andrew's Toxic did actually cost him. That was a crazy play. And of course, looks like in terms of production units overall, units destroyed, C-Mitch and Udpu do take that as well. That is the cost for going all infantry units. We're going to move right into game number 2.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. We've had this issue. I mean, we saw this issue in Halo 3 MLG, where the Xboxes, I think it was in the semifinals of a Triggers down game, and I can't remember who they were playing, but one of their Xboxes just crashed, and they were about to win the game. They ended up having to restart the thing based on the rules, and then they ended up losing it. So they were 1 point away from winning, or a couple points away from winning. Game desynced. They have to game turned off or whatever it was. They have to redo it. It's just, there's nothing that can be done in those situations. Just unfortunate.
Right. And jumping in right here with C-Mitch, even though we have been dealing with some fun disconnect issues, C-Mitch is once again opting out for, it looks like the same build as last time for some Marines, and Udpu opting in for some chopper play. So nothing too crazy here. It all looks pretty standard.
It looks like we're going to see a very similar opening by both sides. You've got Skidder Engineers going again for Knife, and Legit's got the Marine play going. He's already picked up that that mini base. And actually they're both, yep, we've got a triple Marine pump coming out of Legit. And he's still got the Skidder play. He hasn't built anything else on his base pack. It's an interesting play when you stall for that second Harvester for until the 45th second is when you click it. It's kind of strange, but
yeah,
I guess it's more important to
it's
get
all
those
about the
Skidderers
smoothness.
out as quickly as possible.
Exactly. You want to, because like I said, the Skidderers just take so long to produce, so you need to get as many out as possible before the 3-minute mark, for example. So if that means your build sacrificed, then that's just how it's got to be. We're seeing C-Mitch push out and grab some map control here, starting to get some power node. Starting out with 1. I'm just kind of taking a quick look here. Udpu is not opting for the same thing he did last time, where he immediately got the power node. Instead, he's going to grab mini base in the back and just start getting ready for that initial push.
And lands on. Yeah, the Skitterers moving across the map. It looks like we're going to have an engagement on the top side of the map. It looks like he's going to try to pick off some of these Marines, but that Skitterer is going to get rinsed if he does not back up. I'm a little confused by the play. Okay, he's backing up now. I was going to say, the one Skitterer is not taking on 3 Marines. Oh, he's going back for it. And you really don't want to lose this Skitterer so early.
Oh, and the ram right there. Oh my god, just ran over that Skitterer. That's just very unfortunate. Udpu taking advantage of that situation, that overextended Skitterer. Yeah, I wouldn't use the Skitterer to grab power on the map. I think that's a little risky, especially with chopper play out of Udpu almost every time consistently. You know, you want to be sure to save those Skitterers. So even though he did sacrifice that extra time for his build order in order to make that Skitterer, it was basically double worthless now because he did end up losing it immediately.
And also, they're going to try to pick up some power. They need to gain control of the map early. That's where their success came from last time in the game. And actually, I was kind of confused because it looked like ESL lost control. They lost both battles in the main, in the center part of the map twice, and then ended up pulling out and almost winning last game before the disconnect occurred.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this initial engagement is going to play out. Of course, I think Simic and Udpu also realized probably after that last disconnect that both of them double expanding at the same time might have been extremely risky because it put them at a spot where they were like, oh my god, I have nothing to defend this. So we'll see what happens. Simic is taking advantage of... Yep, Simic has taken 3 power nodes on their side of the map, and of course at the same time ESL taking advantage of that also, and sending out to their one single Marine at a time just to take over their power nodes. If Udpu just micros his choppers properly, just goes over there, I'm sure he could deal with that no problem. Looks like they've actually taken over a couple power nodes. They've got 3 total right now. Oh, but these grunts are going to get caught off guard with all these Marines. It's okay to lose these starting units, but
grunts, which is really nice.
It's just annoying. Of course, they're nice to have as meat shields in the engagements, but it's okay. Of course, ESL once again taking back. I think ESL probably has 3 nodes right now, Nick. So not too bad. Their power income is going to be nice. Yeah, okay, there you go. So it's about even. Yep, no, they're going to take that third there in the middle there as soon as Simic and Udpu. Actually, here we go. Simic and Udpu are going to try to get a little bit of a concave here. They do see the massive army here from ESL. They're going to start microing around. Oh, gotta save that one chopper.
But we know those choppers are super weak to those Skitterer engineer combo. It's a really good play. And ESL's got to pop those shields. Can they pop shields? Okay, there they go. I was going to say, can they pop shields with Skitterers on them?
Oh, and that's a good...
Gonna be a nice
there's a nice vortex. He's going to get a lot from there. Oh, with the heal. Yep, he just needs to back up. You really shouldn't get the concave. Oh, no, I wouldn't maintain this concave engagement here. I'd start trying to back up, and Simic is going to try to do that. Choppers are going to try to take advantage as soon as they see the nades start flying out there from the ESL side.
ESL's got to make a push on this part. They've got good control right here. Pick off some of the weak ones. And this is a very similar play that we saw last time, Pep. ESL's again pushing back toward the edge.
Yeah, the only difference this time is that vortexes were not wasted necessarily. Using the engineer swarm and heal there when the vortex dropped was very ideal because they just kind of sat there. Udpu having basically every single one of his choppers one shot. Actually, it just looks about like maybe 2, but having those 2 one-shot choppers is it puts him at a huge disadvantage for dealing with this. Of course, the kiting is going to be necessary to get a lot of these units one-shot. Simic needs to...
play. Knife just picked up the base right in front of their bases.
Very aggressive expo there. Maybe not sure if I'd commit to that, but I mean they're putting themselves in that position.
He can't get that shield generator out as quickly as possible. But they're pushing him back. This is a great play.
Exactly that, and it's what they need to do is get turrets up. Of course, Udpu microing his choppers around. Don't lose those engineers, Udpu. You really need those right now. He did lose 1, which is unfortunate, but of course
been upgraded for a knife right now, so he's going to swap into something very big quickly here, and it looks like ESL's still holding on to this.
Yeah, for certain. A lot of these Marines are vulnerable without the engineer support. Of course, the engineers are there. Simic just needs to take advantage of his Marine play and just start picking off those engineers because the more they get, the harder it will be for the ESL side to continue their push. Of course, Mitch did also see the expo there. So he's like, okay, this is interesting. They're going to have to basically come up with something as soon as possible to start at least pushing on that and taking it down. Because the quicker Knife gets the upgrade on that, then the quicker it'll be shielded and the more annoying it will be. Of course, once again, the chopper play
actually sending in Banshees as well.
The Knife's got Banshees already. That is actually really good.
Wow, that's ran really impressive. Udpu probably 4 choppers. I don't know if I agree with that, especially considering the ESL got off their engineer bubble just at the right time. Help reduce damage. And it looks like they're going to try to regroup, pick up more power nodes on the side of the map. And that base pad is really just going to be a stall base, which I think is really important to do. Keep them on their side of the map. And Udpu's still pushing with a lot of weak choppers.
Ooh, he can't make sure he just. Oh no, he's getting a little of them overextended here. He might lose a couple choppers. Yeah, he does have to ram. That's what he realizes.
Really kill a couple of them.
Yeah, look at that. Losing all those choppers right there is really, really bad for them right now. Needs to make sure he micros properly. Just get them out of there. Wait for Mitch to show up. Of course, those Marines there, the nades are coming out. That's going to help a lot also. But of course, here comes the Banshee Engineer Rain onto C Mitch's main. They know they have to stop the play.
Very similar situation as last game.
Yeah, for certain.
He's probably going to drop in. Oh, what do we got dropping in back here? Maybe suicide guns?
Hope some Goliaths. You have to help take down the turrets. Colony drop is most certainly going to help here. ODST's in the back also. Yeah, here comes the nades. He's going to kill two generators in a garage for certain. If you guys don't know this, this is definitely an exploit right now. Yeah, look at these mines. These mines are going to rinse that. They're going to get both the generators half shields, and then all these units have to do is just pick off the generators. This is not looking good at all for the side of C-Mitch and Udpu.
Now, does Mitch have a secondary? There are plenty to pick up from on the base or on the map, but I mean, wow. ESL's putting on a performance right now.
Yeah, it's
picking up where they left
ridiculous.
off last game. This is pretty much at the same exact position they were at last game. They're at C Mitch's base. They're picking off everything. Udpu looks like he's got maybe 3 choppers total. It's not looking good. Mitch opts to drop in some ODSTs finally, but I imagine those Goliaths will probably be able to rinse them.
Yeah, for certain. And I think these Goliaths here, just so tanky. Like I said, meat shields for certain. They're just going to be able just to constantly attack all these building units. I'm sorry, these buildings here. Of course, the Rams are going to push the Goliaths out of the way to at least save the generator from getting any more damage done to it. But of course, they are going to fall. Definitely worth their weight in gold for certain. Then, of course, we also have ODSTs here pushing out. Yeah, also for certain, man. I mean, they have to reproduce. Both 2 generators fell and a garage. So you're going to have to get your power back up and running again. Of course, a lot of mines coming out here.
That, they kept all the power nodes, though, which is interesting, and I think probably one of ESL's faults if they don't come out on top in this game. They needed to pick up those power nodes to further cripple C-Mitch, because right now he's got plenty of power, I assume, just based on the fleet that he has on the map.
Yeah, let me take a look at production tab here. Yeah, you're actually 100% correct. C-Mitch does have 1,000 power right now, 300 supply.
Yeah.
They are officially going to take down this base and at least maintain their position and at least stay in the tournament as well.
Secondaries yet?
Actually, they both, during that engagement, of course, Udpu did take his expo way back, probably like 3 minutes ago, and C-Mitch did at the same time, even though I definitely don't like that idea of 2v2s. You need to be really careful when you double expo, unless you're Atriox, of course. When you do it at the same time, it's really risky in terms of army composition and production. You're not able to get as many units up. So they were able to both take the expos and at the same time stay in the game, even though Mitch did lose a lot of his units there, at least a lot of his buildings in that engagement. Going to be a little bit of a fight here in the middle of the map. Ooh, Mitch, you can't lose that wolf. Every single wolf counts here. That wolf is going to be able to escape. Great micro there. Lots of Banshees here.
Mix.
Yep, exactly. That's having the Rangers. We're getting exactly that. We're having just a full pop, not even full pop. We're having a mix of Engineers, Rangers, Wolverines, and ODST Marines. That is almost the exact counter to what ESL is trying to do. Doing a great job. Rangers can do a good amount of damage to Banshees, so keep that in mind, guys. Don't sleep on them just yet. A lot of people have been doubting Rangers lately, but at the same time, man, look at the effectiveness of Rangers against all these infantry units that we're seeing in these games. Incredible play, especially with the engineer support too.
Split apart from the rest, and they're going to try to go attack C-Mitch's main base. The Wolverines are opting to pull back, but they're
oh no, they're going to get caught off guard there for the Cyclops. Oh my god, that's so bad for C-Mitch. They're losing 4 or
he lost 3 of them, and the other one's one shot.
Oh my
this
god.
is a fantastic play. They've got the Banshees pushing up as well.
They're going to have a base trade situation. Of course, C-Mitch does still have a massive infantry army. We're getting some Locust play out of Udpu.
Here comes those ODST mines, I assume.
Yes, for certain. C-Mitch, I don't even know, Nick, do they know about C-Mitch's expo as well?
No, they don't know about it yet, but I imagine they'll go for it as soon as they see on the notification that they haven't destroyed all C-Mitch's bases, because this base is going to drop, and I think this might actually wrap it up, Pat. Because, I mean, look at C-Mitch is not going to be able to... I mean, what's his base look like, the secondary? Is it anything that can build anything?
It's actually upgraded once. He did upgrade it in one base. He does have garages on it as well. But of course, Locust and Udpu's mix are going to help, man. They're going to be able to do a solid base trade here. We're having an official base trade off. We are seeing the Rangers are able to at least... You got to focus that... no, the Rangers didn't focus the Cyclops there. Yeah, they need to find it. Oh, that's a great drop there. The Engineer Shield is going to save a lot of those. That's actually extremely huge. Locust play here will do a lot of damage, of course, but at the same time, we have to keep in mind that the Banshee army is all it has to do. Yep, it's doing it right now. I can see is it has to fly back across the map and engage these units immediately, and they'll be in a really good spot. Of course, it does look like C-Mitch and Udpu are going to start moving over here to the Expo or the potential Expo location here for... no, it actually looks like, yeah, Nick, no one took your old base, so they're noticing right now that, oh my god, we just have to make sure we stay in this game, and our base trade will be a little bit quicker.
Knife does not put a shield on that base. By the way, Legit has picked up the secondary, so has Knife, so it looks like all the main bases in this game are going to drop. I don't imagine Udpu's going to go back and save his main.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I actually think, but the Hunter's Brand there will pick off a lot of those units there for C-Mitch. That's actually extremely unfortunate. Just looking away for a split second, trying to make sure he has all these units. But of course, the Locust will help in the base trade here. As I said, even having 2 of those will do a number.
But all you need is those Banshees to come in.
Yep, Udpu's actually going to lose his base also, I bet. Because the Banshees are
It's probably going to drop soon here.
Yeah, even though they do have a formidable army size for certain. Just they don't have enough anti-air to deal with
C-Mitch's base as well.
Yeah, of course, C-Mitch is actually just dancing around the map constantly. He's actually been producing so many wolves, man. If he can get a good amount of wolves up, then they're going to be in a wonderful spot. C-Mitch is actually going to spot the Expo here for Knife with a Marine play out of a mini base.
One of C-Mitch's bases.
Yeah, Knife's going to lose this if C-Mitch gets enough of his... No, that's not even the one that they need to kill, Nick. He still has an upgraded base, double pumping wolves, too. It's crazy, man. The ESL Knife needs to be on top of that.
ESL's going to... for some reason, I thought they were in control of this game, but they are losing everything at the moment. They split their units. They are each down to 1... Yeah, this is... You're looking at
Did Udpu kill every single Cyclop? What in the world? How did that happen?
Yeah, that's game.
Oh no, the mid-game master C-Mitch and Udpu.
Producing units at the moment, and
they just have to
Light
walk
Green
across
has
the map
just
now.
found it.
Oh jeez, that base trade was just not worth it. They definitely needed to pull back and defend. If anything, if they would have done that, they could have killed Udpu's entire army, and then they would have been a great spot to continue on. C-Mitch just dancing around the map. They never found C-Mitch's big expo. If Knife just would have dropped C-Mitch's main and then flown over to C-Mitch's expo and then killed that, then they would have certainly won the game. But losing all those units there just wasn't ideal. It does look like ESL is knocked out of the tournament, or at least into the consolation round, I should say. But C-Mitch and Udpu will be right. C-Mitch and Udpu will be progressing on. Here I am, just so easily ready to just drop the ban hammer on these guys. Looking pretty good here. Let's take a look at the production tabs. Does look like bases built overall still in the favor of ESL, but just not enough. Of course, the base trade-off. Throwing in a couple Locusts there was totally uncalled for, I think, for Udpu, but I think he just foresaw the base trade that was about to happen. So once again, we see the eco, even though Mitch did lose his main base, was still better than everyone else. Great job with units built and units lost. ESL did a great job shutting down a lot of units, but it just wasn't enough to take over the game. So here we are. C-Mitch and Udpu are going to be moving on to the grand finals.